Thank you very much. This is more Koren Schwartz.
Hello.
We call you more, correct?
Yes, no less.
What a great song.
Thank you, thank you.
And
Which way?
we're going to be talking to you in a minute, and we're going to
Get
find out
closer
all
to you.
about what you're doing. You look
Wonderful.
great,
Thank you, so do you.
and it's so nice to meet you. This is Gerry Ferretti, my co-host
Hello,
today.
Moore. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
That was fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
And
Yeah, very good.
Tommy Pickles.
Hey,
Thank
very
you.
Good, really
Right from around
Thank
the
you,
corner down the
appreciate it.
block. I could see it from here when I go
Yeah.
outside. Tommy Pickles in the neighborhood today, and he brought us pickles.
What else?
good. Yeah.
Thank you so much for everyone. The first thing we do on this show is we drink wine, and we congratulate everybody for being here. And it's a good day. The sun is shining, and we're so happy to meet all of you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Cheers.
Today is National Cinnamon Crescent Day. You're all getting cinnamon crescents today to take home and eat in the car.
Nice.
Yummy.
And
Got to eat them in the car?
No, you can eat them wherever you
No
want.
pickles? No pickles? We
And well, we got pickles too, and it's
Pickles and cinnamon rolls,
National
all right.
Siblings Day.
I have
So-
something for you.
Okay.
The person who always gives bread,
Yes.
the home baked bread.
Oh, I got homemade bread.
You know, I've been into baking bread lately,
Thank
so
you.
last
And-
night I baked you a loaf of bread.
Thank you. This show is noted for making bread.
Oh,
Normally people get bread, Italian.
That's true.
But today you're getting pickles, you're getting cinnamon swirls, and you're getting a great team of people here to talk to.
Cookies and wine.
And cookies and wine. And Susan, thank you
Susan's
for the
waving you to
great
do
Easter
something.
decorations.
Hold the bread.
It's
oh,
our-
you want to see the bread?
It's
It's
our
also pretty.
Palm Sunday show.
Bread.
And next weekend we're having our Easter show. So Gerry, I'm going to let you take over because I need a rest with my voice, you know?
Really?
You sing
Yes.
so hard.
Because
So
you
Yeah.
say this every show, and usually...
I know. So I'm letting you take over today. But it's also Hug Your Dog Day.
Is it?
Yes, hug your dog. You have a dog.
I have
so-
2 dogs. You have a dog?
I do.
You have a
I
dog?
do.
Yeah, you have chickens, right?
yes, and cats.
And cats.
Can I
Can
I
you-
hug my
Yes.
cats are like dogs? Does that
I
count?
think, yeah. If they're like dogs, then I
They're
think...
like dogs.
Yes.
They follow me around. They plop on their back and ask me to rub their bellies. Actually, not come to think of it, so do my chickens.
Did they
so
let you hug? Because cats can be like...
They are needy cats. I'm like, where's your cat pride?
Hmm.
Have some dignity. Don't be a beggar.
Well, you
Yeah,
love
well.
cats, so you have to
They
do
love me, so
it. The cat people love their cats. I know they have cat clothes. They have all kinds of things.
Yeah.
we're not crazy.
No.
Well,
do
with
you-
me, it's allergies. I can't
Yeah.
deal with cats because of the allergies. I know we were just talking
Did
about
you know-
it's allergy season, right?
That's the time.
Well, did you know you're not actually allergic to the cat? It's the dander of
It's
the
the
cat.
hair.
Correct.
Is that interesting? Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Is that
I
an
am.
interesting fact for?
I know. Do you have a dog or a cat?
We're-
Yeah, I got a dog. I have a half lab, half pit.
Oh.
He's got the short hair though, so it's really not that much of an issue.
Right.
For, he doesn't really shed that much, so.
yeah.
So, like, do you have to walk
Biologist.
him twice because he's half and half?
Yeah, well, we do 2-mile walks.
Moore's
every
got a sense
day.
of humor.
I just come back.
Yeah,
No filter.
That's okay. This show you don't need a filter.
I'm in
Because,
good
you know,
company, right?
Yeah, we do what we think is right, and stuff happens automatically. And we have cookies if you want a cookie.
I agree. Stuff happens.
Well, let's start with you and your.
No cookie? No. Okay. Cookie.
No, thank you.
Thank
No.
you.
I'm
Donna.
good, thank you.
No.
I want to hear about your singing career and where you began and where you're from.
How long do you have?
It's an hour show, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's half and half.
Well,
So
you know, yeah, everybody gets to talk a
Well,
little.
I the thing is that I sing everything. So obviously, my most fun is the tribute show that I have, and we have a fantastic show coming up at the CM Performing Arts Center. And I got through that, and I said it without. That's
Yeah.
a long name.
And that's a new name.
Yes, it's originally
Creative Ministries.
yes.
Many years ago. That's
CM
how I met them.
CM stands for Creative Ministries, but Valentina here has a story about.
Well, we're not going to talk about that now. We're going to talk about
Okay.
you. But I knew the
so
owner.
it's also called the Louise. Help me.
It's called, his name was Noel Ruiz.
Noel Ruiz, thank you.
Yes.
And it's also called the Oakdale Theater.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so, and it's a wonderful, lovely venue, and we're going to have a Mother's Day concert there with my Olivia tribute. It's with a live band, six of us on stage, yes.
On Mother's Day or?
On Mother's Day at
Okay.
6:30, May 11, 6:30 p.m. And the fun thing is that they do have a grease show running there during the same 2 weeks, so I'll have the grease set.
But
Wow.
you're not going to be doing Grease.
The last set is all Grease songs.
Okay.
The last set of my song is all Grease songs, and we're going to be doing You're the One That I Want, and Summer Nights, Hopelessly Devoted, Sandra D. And my favorite is when I sing We Go Together, and I get the entire audience to sing
Wow,
with me
that's
and
great.
do the hand jive.
That's cool.
So, yes, I do sing all the Grease songs.
And you work with a John Travolta
Yeah.
tribute artist, or?
Yes, my
Okay.
guitar player does John Travolta. He does a fantastic job, and then my keyboard player is going to do the Summer Nights. So we have a nice variety of like duets going on, and then at the end I sing Andrea Bocelli for the grand finale. for the
Bocelli,
encore. Yes, time to say
So
goodbye.
I'm going to have you take this today. You read this, and whoever is owning it now, give
Yes.
it to him. Because this starts when I met Noel, and I met him in church years ago.
Wow.
He used to do Good Friday on Good Friday, the talking and the play of Jesus Christ. And that's how long ago this was.
Wow.
So that's for you to read and then give to him.
Yes, I read and I write.
And tell him to call me. You
I
write
will.
too?
I read and I write.
What do you write?
I write songs and poems. I paint. I sketch. I don't know where the off switch is.
Wow.
Wow.
So yes,
Quite the
actually,
talented lady.
that's actually a sketch I made.
You made that. You
I
look
made
like
this
the Grease lady.
Thank
Olivia
you.
Newton-John.
Thank
And
you.
now, are
Yes,
you
we do all the
full-
costumes. We do all the costume changes.
Full time in the arts, or do you have a day job? Do you do?
I
some,
do have a day job. It's a little boring, but
okay. All of us artists. Well, I don't
Yes.
know. Pickle people. That is your.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
my
your
business,
full-time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the goal to become full-time singing?
Absolutely, yes. This is the year, and I'm so thankful to CM Performing Arts Center for giving my new act a shot. And they had me over for Valentine's Day. My first theater show was
Great.
there in February, and it was such a huge success. They loved it so much that I was honored that they called me back. That's the biggest.
Is the goal to get into more of
More
plays?
theaters.
Okay,
Yes,
like theaters and
yes.
plays.
Yes, it's picking up. There's a lot of buzz around the show, and it's there's a lot of interest from like additional
Yeah.
places.
Mm.
But my focus right now is the Mother's Day one. But yes, the goal is even to go out of state.
Yeah.
Because I'm very proud and honored with the lineup of musicians that I put together. Each one of them is like fantastic. So Olivia's songs and music, especially the 80s, is so sophisticated, but it's like deceivingly, it sounds like just pop and stuff. But most people are amazed to know you're a musician. You would
Mhm.
know what this means, but we don't even use tracks. We
No.
don't use click tracks to play over.
That's great.
Because she had like 2 guitarists and 3 keyboards and 4 backup singers and things like that.
So the musicians
We-
are playing all the music.
Yes,
you don't use
we
any
are
background
playing
tracks
no
at all.
backup
Because I see a lot of
tracks.
bands out there
Yes,
now
they do
that are
that.
doing that.
And so people are impressed with the fact that it's all live.
How
It's
big is?
all live.
How many members in the band?
Including myself, we're 6.
Wow.
So we have bass, guitar, drums, and keyboard, 1 backup singer, and myself. And it's really a fun show. So when I do Let's Get Physical, which actually the official song is just Physical, not Let's Get Physical, but then I do a call and answer with the audience. I go, let's get, and everybody goes, physical,
So
physical.
the song is actually called
Physical.
Physical.
Yeah, interestingly enough.
I
you
always
would-
love that part when she says animal. When she says let's
Yes,
get
I
animal.
love
Even
that
as a
part.
kid,
That's
it
when
was
I
like
get to
this.
do my
Right.
cat
Mhm.
bit. I always do the cat
This
thing.
sounds like a great Mother's Day night.
It is, and you know what's really fun? You can purchase alcohol. They have champagne and beers and wine that you can have at your
Just
seat.
hang out
There
time.
you
Right
go.
up your alley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. It sounds like
So yes, it's a great show. It's a beautiful
Sounds like it.
venue. The management is amazing.
yeah, they've
They do a lot for the
grown.
community.
They have
Mhm.
grown from when I used to do things there. Now I just go once in a while. But the last time I was there, I fell. And I was
Really?
out of work for 7 months. Yes.
No.
Yeah, but I'm
Wow.
fine now. But again, it was way back when things weren't as fancy as
I'm
they are
sorry
now.
to hear that. But
Yeah, but I'm okay. But I
Yeah.
have memories from there, so
no,
it's
a,
odd that we connected again. You know, yeah,
It really, yeah.
that's karma.
It is. I believe it.
Hmm.
I believe it 100%. And like I said, they do wonderful things for the community. They just started an art program. Actually, they're going to actually show some of my artwork. They show now. They literally recently just started
So
this
you're
show.
coming at them from all angles. You got everything, the music, the art,
What
the
can I
poems.
say?
Yeah,
It's
it's
Well,
great.
It sounds
You gotta-
like
Yeah.
I think
just-
it's wonderful to practice different aspects of
I
art.
do too.
Yeah, I think
Music is art,
we'll,
and
we'll trust your intuition too. I mean, with what is working, you know, for the shows that are coming up, like just live
Yes.
for that present moment.
yes,
Do that show
exactly.
really, really well, and I think that'll open up other doors for you. It
Definitely.
seems
I
like.
hope so. I love singing, not just for the enjoyment of singing myself, which is fun to sing and dance and give a good show, but
Yeah.
for what it does for people. I've had
Yes.
people come to me in tears.
Yeah.
During this last show that I did in February, one of the women, and I do a meet and greet after.
Mhm.
I take pictures with everybody and all that. But one woman came to me and she was crying. Well, of course, the Bocelli song makes a lot of people
Oh,
cry.
yeah.
I've had grown men like
That's great.
Yeah,
wipe their tears like
Sure.
like
I
a-
think
Sure.
subconsciously
But-
people don't realize the power of music. How it
Well,
can change your moods, take you out of a mood,
yes.
put you in a mood.
Yes, but it's not just that. It's a physical thing. I've literally seen. I don't want to sound like a hippie, a cat loving, tree hugging, chicken petting, but I see the sound waves touching
She hit
people.
all the bases.
Right, you got the chickens and the cats, so I don't know.
Actually, one of my chickens, I named her Olivia because she's a beautiful blonde chicken. She's gorgeous.
Now, in
Uh,
this day and age of eggs being hard to come by, this must
I was
this is
gonna say,
like
we may have to talk after the show.
right?
But I need some eggs.
Pickles-
They're
pickles and
so
eggs.
happy. Like I said, I got them as babies. They weren't even supposed to start laying eggs because it was winter. It still is pretty chilly, and they're so young. But I guess they're so happy they started just like plopping them everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
Is that what happy chickens do?
I don't know. Mine are pretty.
How long have you had chickens? Like, because
Since I think I got them in August, and they're just run around the backyard all day long, and then at nighttime they go back on their own to their house,
really,
and then I just lock the door for the raccoons to not to get them and stuff, and then in the morning I let them out
the hawks,
again.
I hear, is a problem.
There's
too,
hawks,
right?
yes,
They
there are
can
hawks.
beam down and
Yeah, and they're very attuned with that.
Yeah.
As soon as they hear a hawk, they run under the bushes. They
Yeah.
know.
Really?
Yeah,
I had
my
friends
cats
who
watch
do it.
them. Interestingly,
Hmm.
I let the cats in the backyard, and they all hang out.
Seems like you
Interesting.
should live on a farm or something. That you have
I
those
swear.
talents, you
I
know?
swear, yeah. I have my 2 boys, so it's like a full house. They're.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what kind of animal they're like, but definitely
Very nice. And you're from Israel.
yes, yes.
How long are you here?
A couple of good years,
Yeah.
yes. So
In Tel Aviv, where from?
I was born in Beersheba, which is
Okay.
in the south, but
Yeah,
I
in the
lived
south.
near Tel Aviv for most of my life,
Sure,
and
yeah.
I was just there in Israel a month before October 7th happened, and
okay.
Oh.
Sorry about
and
that.
I came back I was there with my 2 boys.
I got some friends in Tel Aviv too.
Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Well, how do people sign up for the concert? What do they do? Go to your website? What do they
Yes, so people can go to here, facebook.com/hopelessly Olivia. That's the name of my tribute of my band. And it's right there on the front page. There's so many ways to purchase tickets. Actually, I think they're having a flash sale right now.
Oh, they're having a sale?
Yeah, on the tickets.
Okay,
And
so
you-
they just have to call, right?
you did that artwork,
I
correct?
did that artwork. That's the Photoshop rendered version of it. This is the original pencil sketch.
Mhm.
Yes, and I designed the flyer itself as well, the logo for Hopelessly Olivia, because I'm a graphic designer.
Cool.
No,
So you drew that,
I drew
Olivia.
the image.
Did you draw
So
from
I
you
drew-
and?
well, I did this piece especially for this upcoming show. I'll be selling actually canvas prints of it and paper prints, and I'll be signing them on the spot. But I did the pencil sketch, and then I scanned the pencil sketch, and I did the rendering in Photoshop, the color version of it.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And you
Excellent.
selling other things too?
Yes, I do light up bottles that I paint on. I paint on rocks, I paint on leaves, I paint on skids, on wood pallets. I paint.
Wow.
Do you go to any craft fairs and sell
I
them there?
used to. I have not. I've been so busy right now with the music and stuff that. But like I said, they're going to be showing my work. There's going to be a bunch of artwork for that day of the show, and then there's going to be a whole month that they'll be showing my work, and people will be able to.
That's great. There's
Uh,
I get into a lot of the craft shows to sell pickles, and there's
Right.
a couple shows that have well over 100,000 people in foot traffic. So if
Yes.
you need any, I could send you
Appreciate
some.
it.
Yeah.
That's
This
great.
is what your show does. Eh?
I know,
Like
it
this
connects,
and-
yeah.
and,
Connects.
Live, I
People.
told you. And 6:30 now, are the things going to be out to show before the show and
Yes.
after?
Yes.
So if they
And
got
after-
there at 6, they could get 5:30.
Exactly. Yes.
They could
doors
look
open.
around and
Yes.
get a Mother's Day gift from, whoever you're
Exactly.
with.
Yeah.
Yes, and like I said, I'll be signing. They'll get my original signature on whatever they purchase. So whether it's a print or a canvas or a bottle,
Nice.
I'll sign it for them.
And they now
stuff.
serve drinks and appetizers and things, or just
Yes,
snacks?
they have. No, they actually have. I think ramen. They have some hot foods and candy and snacks.
Boy,
as
have
well
they grown, my gosh.
Yes. No,
Mm.
it's. I think they just redid the carpet. It's really
And
lovely.
there's a restaurant next door, too. There
Yes,
used to be.
the Oakdale Brewery.
Yes,
Correct.
yes. Mhm.
And actually, I believe that they have some plans to showcase art on full time. So
In
yeah,
the
there's
studio.
a lot. It's a really
Sounds
fun
great.
It
Mother's
is.
Day date hangout for any woman, not just the mom, of course, any wife, any.
It's a date, a nice
yeah,
date night.
a girls' night out, any yeah. But like I think it's fantastic to sip on wine or beer or champagne at a concert.
Yeah, that's the best.
Now you do more than just Olivia, right? Your band, do you
Oh
go
my
out
goodness,
and,
yes. So I sing anything from Olivia to country to rock to disco to pop, all the way from Olivia's 70s hits. I even do some 60s, all the way to Taylor Swift in 2000s.
Jeez.
And I cover classical crossover. People love when I sing stuff from musicals like
Is there like a
Wicked
So-
and Phantom of the Opera. I cover.
does your band operate under another name if it's not
Yes, I also
Hopelessly-
have more hits.
Okay.
Which
The
is
band?
my cover,
Okay.
which does a mix of everything. Then I have a couple of duos for acoustic, for smaller places, and I also have a solo act where I sing with just tracks like I just did just now.
Is there a favorite genre you do, or does each one have its own unique kind of piece to it in terms of when you sing it?
My challenge with art is that I have the opposite problem of writer's block. I
Turn it
love
off.
It flows. Yeah.
I'm like, I
Right.
have not slept in I don't know how long. It's
Jeez,
like,
well,
it's
you
like,
look fabulous. You never know you're not sleeping.
And if your brain isn't working in one area, it goes right to the other area.
it's just,
and,
yes,
right.
and I there's not enough hours in the day. So, but yes, I people always ask me, because like I've gotten to the point where I know so many songs that when I do my solo shows and I just have tracks, I can pull out almost any artist
Jeez.
or any. So like I've gotten to the point where I have these notes where I say, tell me your favorite genre or band or artist, and I'll
You'll
sing
have
you a
something.
song, and
Mhm.
I'll find something for you.
Mm.
That's how it is these days.
Well, we're going to keep you in mind because we also work with a lot of restaurants. Do you do that? Where you go to a restaurant?
Absolutely, yes. I sing all over Comac. I sing Huntington, Patchogue, Sayville,
Right,
Massapequa,
okay.
Great.
all of them. So yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
Isn't she wonderful?
I love
Terrific.
singing, and I get everybody up and dancing with
That's-
me.
Yeah,
That's
I
key.
can see that. You
You
there's an
got the
energy
knack,
there that I'm
yes.
sure.
I will confess that I do have a special affinity for disco. I don't know why. I love disco, but
Yep.
but then no, I can't.
Everybody
I
does,
take
but-
it back. I can't have favorites. Don't let the
Yes.
music hear me.
Now, is there
I
a
love-
call for that? Like when you're singing in a restaurant, is that difficult sometimes because they want things mellower, or do you get the opportunity to do the disco as much
You
as
touched it. You
I
You
know.
said, I can't believe you said it. Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
Can't be
Different-
too wild.
It's a different tempo at the restaurant.
Most places, yeah, it depends. Like some places, they'll, but some places. But you know what? Like in the beginning of the evening, it's slower, but then towards
Yes.
the
Towards the end of the night, you
Couple-
let it
I
know.
have
Couple
everybody
drinks,
singing with
yeah.
me, and they're all jumping up and
Yeah.
down anyway, so
Right.
they
Yeah,
don't care.
you should go see Danny at Castellano.
But don't tell them about it.
Yeah.
This is just between us, right?
Absolutely.
But Danny
Yeah.
at Castellano likes shows like that. We know him as well.
Now
So
let's
we'll see what we
let's
do.
see what Tommy Pickles is all
Tommy
about. I mean-
Pickles, I love
I
him.
love Pickles.
Look at his shirt.
Yeah.
Nice
me.
shirt.
Now you
me.
met him when?
On the phone 25
About 20
minutes
minutes
before
ago.
he showed up.
I just walked over.
I,
He was passing.
You
Yeah.
should have like an
That's fine.
R in like the recruiter. That's what
I
you
know.
just-
I says, Tommy, it's Valentina. He's like, who? So let's talk about it. Thank you for coming.
Of course,
And
thank you
not
for
only
having
that,
me.
you brought us great
I
pickles.
did.
Show the
enjoy
pickles.
'em.
There you are, my
Those are,
neighbor
uh,
across the street.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
could- you could
this.
throw a
Patrick's
rock
going to have a
and
ball
hit the
tonight.
Pickle shop right over there. Those are the garlic dill
Garlic
pickles.
dills, they're the best, right?
So what flavors do you have?
I mean, we always come up with new ones, but the core flavors, that's like your burger pickle. We have a horseradish pickle. We got bread and butter. We got,
Something
the
spicy.
list goes, we have like 20 or 25 flavors.
So now, do people ask you for what they should eat with the pickles, or you just serve pickles alone, or do you serve
Pickles
other
are
stuff?
going through a renaissance right now
Really?
because of Instagram and Facebook and all that. A lot of people are really posting about it, and I think, I mean, this is speculation, but I think it's gotten popular or re-popular over the years. But we do fermented foods, so fermented pickles are a little different than when you go to a supermarket. When you go to a supermarket, the ones you get that are cheap or, well, less costly, we'll say, are canned or preserved. So they put in like dyes or, they call them acid salts. Those are things that are going to preserve the vegetable for a long time. But with fermented foods like what you got there, it's a live food. So it's still a cucumber that's been picked from the ground, and you throw them cold into the fridge, or the brine rather, which is the liquid. Over time, the bacteria that are inside the vegetable will be preserved from the vinegar and the salt that are in there, and they're good, and it's essentially good for you. It's probiotics, right? So like a
Really?
kimchi or a yogurt, things like that. And the Israeli pickle does this as well. Fermented foods, they're that culture is extremely well to date on it. But those are the healthier, crunchier vegetable. It won't last you forever. It'll be about 2 months, 3 months in terms of a shelf life. But on the opposite side, you get the real deal. The real
Now, what about
food.
the pickles that are the cucumber pickles that you get in the deli?
So it's funny, a lot of people ask that, and I
'Cause
always
those
laugh because it's
everybody
cucumbers no
loves.
matter what, but I understand what you mean. It's a new pickle, they
Right.
call that. That's called a half sour, the Jewish
Right.
deli, kosher dill. But the longer you let it sit, it'll turn half sour into a full sour just by allowing it over time ferment and get sour. Sour is not a taste, it's a way in which it's, again, pickled. So the longer you let it sit, you'll build up that really sour taste for like a sandwich pickle, something like that. The deli or diner pickle's the one that's the half sour. That'll, essentially be like you put it in water for like 2 days and then you eat them. So.
Now, I'm always curious what makes people do what they do. So
What the
you're
origin
very
story?
knowledgeable about
You have-
pickles.
yeah,
I've
you
never met
really
anybody
are.
who knows so much about pickles, and you're passionate about
it's been the
pickles.
way.
So you have a pickle passion.
Mm-hmm.
What drove you into this industry?
So I used to be a software engineer for Baldor Specialty
obviously, that
Foods.
always
Yeah,
leads to pickles,
Yeah,
I
right,
mean.
yeah. There's no. If you look at my track record, nothing connects. But I was a software engineer for Baldor Specialty Foods. They're in the Bronx. So
I know the company, yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a day. This is not even made up. So there was a day where a truck full of vegetables went out on delivery, and apparently got into an accident. Something happened, right? So they brought back whatever was salvageable from the truck. They brought back to the office, and they pretty much told the staff like, "Hey, look, take it or leave it. we're gonna throw it out. So, I grew up in Massapequa. It's a cardinal sin to waste food. So I was like, all right, back the truck up. I'll bring as much as I can. But I'm driving home and I'm like, what am I gonna do with like 1,000 pounds worth of vegetables? I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I looked inside. Now the way in which they sell it from the farms, it's by the bushel. So it's like a big 40-pound box or something. I open it up and it's cucumbers. And I cooked a little bit. I didn't know anything about making pickles, but the first result I looked on YouTube. I had to figure something out. I was gonna bring it, give it away or whatever it was that I made. And the first result was how to make garlic dill pickles on YouTube using these Kirby style cucumbers, which is the things that I got in these bushels. I went to Ace Hardware. I bought all their mason jars up. I followed the recipe and I gave them away to the staff, and that was like for about a year. And then then I got to a point where it was like a Facebook thing. I would post on Facebook, hey, I'm making pickles this week, who wants it? And then, people would be commenting like on the feed, like, I want to be on your little pickle list or whatever you called it. And then this whole thing kind of transcended to like people were bidding on these, they were bidding on the comments. They're like, I'll pay for it. I'll pay $20. So it got to a point where it was just like, oh wow, I think I got something here. But then COVID hit. I was still doing software, but I was remote, and I was just bored. So I needed something to do.
Different.
And I went to the local farmers market in Seaford over here, and I just was like, I need something to do. I'm just sitting on my thumbs all day. Started selling them. So,
And no more software.
no more
You're
software.
full-time pickle.
I was on a contract. We do like contracts. So the contract ended last year in September, and then after that, it was like the busy season for pickles is like when the festivals and fairs are in
Right.
like the fall. So it was like September, October. I'm like, you know what?
Wow.
Let's swing it. I don't
Well,
know. Let's
that's
just go with it.
something.
Yeah.
You want to go find that guy who drove that truck and
That's
like
that.
thank him and
You want to talk about an act from the high above. I mean,
Yes.
that's one of those things where.
Right.
But I was just, for you. It's you go based on your own intuition. It's like you don't know where the next step is going to be, but you're going to go with what you know, and that it's just going to take one step at a time. But I've based the whole.
It takes courage.
Yeah,
It
well,
does
you have to believe in it.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
that courage or belief, whatever you want to call that
Yeah.
internal thing, that's
Yeah. It's a safe-
driving it.
Yeah.
Yes,
To
definitely.
quit
Now, you
engineering
solo-
for pickles and to,
Yeah.
It's passion,
Absolutely.
too.
Are you
Yeah.
a solo operation, or do you have other?
Now it's, I have a whole crew. It's now, we do a lot of things for temporary workers. So like from, say now, like the beginning of April to, we do the Christmas markets too now. So like end of December, right before Christmas pretty much is the whole season.
Right.
So we have temporary workers. Well, that will be from this point to that point. Shout out, we're hiring right now. So we are looking for to develop like a whole crew of like say 15 people, but we
Really?
do all the tents. So I'll dispatch someone to a fair, and I'll tell them the times, where to set up, who to talk to. I used a little bit of software background there to like help with the systems there, but yeah, so that's essentially it. But we have like 2 full-time guys. They just help me through the winter because we also got a food truck going.
Sure. Now on the food truck, do you sell hot dogs with the pickles? What do you?
So let me back up. I should have introduced that. So I also we're working on the food truck now. It's under repair, so I can't really say when it's going to be live. It should be hopefully live in May, but we're going to be doing pickle sandwiches. Like instead of the bun, it's the pickle with like a Cuban on it.
That's like a great different
Yeah.
kind of day to have.
Yeah,
Pickle day, you know.
fried pickles. We're gonna do burgers, chicken sandwiches, and pretty much every food that has some sort of pickle element included. But we're gonna also sell the pickles on board, so it's gonna be a pickle shop. You can just walk up. I want a 32-ounce jar of this. I
Right.
want that. Something like that. So it's kind of all intertwined, but
That sounds
we're
good.
right over there. You throw a rock and hit it.
Unbelievable,
So
really.
511 Ocean.
Okay.
It's all coming
Massapequa.
together.
Massapequa. Yep.
You might want to
Yep.
look into Crossroad Farms. That's where I live.
Okay.
They're totally food to table. They're
Yep.
getting their stuff into restaurants from the farm,
Mm-hmm.
and they're very nice people.
Great.
And they do fairs from now until
Yeah,
the
I
rest
think
of the summer.
the goal, the way I've designed the business is to do the big street fairs, the big food festivals. So what we'll do is we're going to be, I heard Sayville, so we're doing the Summerfest over there. I don't know if, and the Springfest, which is coming up in 2 weeks. So that's something, we do a lot of things like pickle on a stick, like carnival, carny type
Yes.
items, like pickle on a stick, pickle chips in a bowl. If you want
Ooh,
to
pickle
grab,
chips.
yeah,
sounds
and
amazing.
we'll bring empty canisters of the quart containers down, and we have the barrels out on display, so somebody can just walk up and say, oh, I want a quart of horseradish, give me a quart of dill. So we just off you go.
Well,
So it's
even
farm to
wedding
table esque.
facilities are doing odd things.
So
now
funny.
you get donuts on a stick, and they
Sure.
make this big, centerpiece on the wall
Yep. Yep.
of Dunkin' Donuts. Nothing
Oh, yeah,
fancy,
it's-
but it's like a whole conversation.
Yep.
Every person goes and gets a stick.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's-
at the fairs. I mean, when you do the pickle
Yeah.
on a stick, it's a great, walk around item. So it's my
Yes.
little evil marketing
and
plan where
also
you
it can
send
be a little
out.
fun.
Yeah, well, you send out a few
I don't
for
want to
free.
say, what you mean.
Right.
Pickle on a stick.
Well, I gotta say, Katie's probably watching this right now and laughing because we go into the diner and the coleslaw and pickle comes out. I give him my pickle.
Yeah, yep.
No offense,
That's
I'm just
okay.
not a
It's
pickle
not-
guy.
no, it's-
Okay,
it's
Katie.
either-
And they look so interesting, but
You don't
It's
need
either you
pickles.
love them or you hate them,
Yes.
and there's no in between. I
everybody had
understand.
fried pickles. You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
try them and they're
Yeah.
great. And I just,
But children,
but
Next door, I'll try and convince them. Don't worry.
children love pickles. Kids, they
Oh, my
love
boys.
yes,
You were worried about the life shelf. The
Yeah, shelf life. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
2-3 months. I'm like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you
they
can-
won't last.
Right. Yeah, that's.
They won't last in my house
Yeah,
for
that's
2-3
what I say.
months to
It's-
go
how
bad.
long
It's a
does
trick
how
question,
long
right,
is
so.
this good for?
As she's
Dinner?
right, 2 months usually on average. But again, when you go to the store, you can get the ones at the store that'll last you, years. But they'll boil them. They'll kill off any sort of bacteria that's live in the vegetable. So there was a way in which people would do it for pickling if you had like a homestead, if you lived in the country time, and when winter was coming, you would want to preserve the vegetables in your storehouse. So that's how they would boil it to essentially preserve it through the winter. But then it convert. There's I don't know why I'm getting into it, but like there's another story about if you've heard of bread and butter pickles.
Yes, yes.
That
Those are the little ones you slice.
exactly, they're the sweeter ones, but the whole reason that started, they call it bread and butter. It doesn't have any bread or butter in it, but it does have a story where during the there's two stories, but the one that's been proven to be true, the market crashed in 1929, the big stock market crashed, so people were looking for cheap, cheap meals, things like that. So they took pickles, they made it sweet with like onions and peppers and things like that with sugar. But they would take bread, they would put butter on, like just bread on butter, and then put those pickles on it, and then they called them bread and butter pickles.
Very
So.
interesting.
Now, did you have any other business experience before this? Because you seemed like you have a
Yeah,
set
I've always been interested
ideally.
in, I guess it's just being interested in the craft of starting businesses, being entrepreneurial. I used to run, before that it was, I used to be a teacher, but before that, again, nothing adds up. But I used to make surfboards for like 10 years and, so anyway,
That's
it's just,
fun.
again,
Well,
nothing makes sense with
You
what
see
I
what
say.
they say? I do a lot of different
Yeah.
things, Gerry knows.
Yeah.
And I've been told if you throw enough stuff out there,
yes.
something's going to hit. And either way, you're going to keep growing.
Yep.
And that happened to me because I lost my job at 50. That's what my book's all about.
That's great.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, they're right.
It's an interesting thing that happened with COVID too, because COVID shut down a lot of people. They rolled over, they ate, they gained weight, but other people went the other way.
You have a choice. I think you
Yep.
always have a choice in life, no
Yeah.
matter the circumstances. And I think, somebody, and I think the people you associate with have really a big thing to
Oh,
do with it
definitely.
because,
Absolutely.
you could speak the same language on certain things, where
True.
trusting your gut, that sometimes if you're not with the right people, that can kill
Right.
or poison you.
That's very
And-
true what you said.
Yeah.
And it's another thing that you do with your show is you bring in people that have that entrepreneurial spirit,
they're
that
positive,
like
yeah.
mind.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
lot of entrepreneurs came out of COVID because people
Definitely.
lost their jobs and they turned to their hobbies or found all
Well,
of a sudden
well,
they can do
Right.
you know,
something.
Yes.
the word
that they didn't even
entrepreneur,
know.
yeah, I think the word entrepreneur, also applies to you with singing because it's like you're taking a risk on something you really feel that is
Well, it
within
does.
you.
It applies
and
to
it has to-
everyone sitting at this table.
Yeah, it has to
I
come
mean-
without and not grabbing at something, but let it flow out from you. So I think that's
Absolutely.
something that it speaks to a lot of people.
So we have a
especially us.
photo of you. I love it. I love that photo. Bobby, we have two photos. the website, and this
Oh God, yeah.
very
that photo.
handsome man in the photo that we see.
I wouldn't say that.
Tommy Pickles. What's the website, Tommy?
So it's TommyPickles.co, not .com. .com was too expensive, so I got .co.
Really?
Yeah, and
They give you a discount on the M?
they give you, yeah, you take one letter off, you get
I
a
didn't know
discount
that.
apparently. But no, so it's owned, apparently Tommy Pickles is owned by somebody else, but
Oh, okay.
I own the trademark.
Look at that
I own the
hat.
trademark.
I
Yeah.
love that picture.
That is our spicy garlic dill pickle. So all
Ooh,
the
that
stuff.
sounds great.
You look
Yeah,
like a
so
farmer.
yeah, that's this goofy hat. That's at our Sayville Summerfest.
Spicy
It's a big
garlic.
show. Yeah, it's
Very,
yeah.
very
We got
nice.
a zillion flavors. I mean,
You're talking
You
to
guys-
somebody from the Middle East,
that's
so
I know.
that's, you're
That's-
speaking my
that's-
language.
Yep. I know
Well,
all
this
of
is
it.
My
great.
pickle
You know,
language.
the Mediterranean pickle is.
I could even say I'm a little bit of a pickle snob.
Okay, all
Good.
right.
I love my pickles.
All right, fair enough.
Well, Gerry,
Fair
now
enough.
you have news, so let's see some of the pictures of the latest Fontanas. Bobby, you have some shots up there. You guys don't know about
Let's
it, but
see.
Gerry is in the process of, he's the producer of the Fontanas,
That's awesome.
which is coming. He
Well,
we
these
did
are
our
these
first
are
series.
shots from
We have a
season
few.
2,
Yes.
Wow,
which we started
congratulations.
filming.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's my
thank you.
daughter-in-law. That's my
Nice.
son.
Oh,
Yep, he's in
Nice.
trouble. He's in trouble
Nice.
there. He's hiding out. That's one of the mob guys.
Yeah. Who, he's not so nice, right?
He's not so nice.
And that's my son, and this is a lovely girl who's in the Fontanas.
That's
She's
right.
my granddaughter.
That's right.
wow.
Yes, I was having
Frank
a ball.
Vitale and Laura.
So
Yep.
Is there
Laura
what's
Gilchrist?
like the plot, the idea?
It's basically a Long Island Italian family that it's 4 sons and the mother and father. Valentina plays the mother. And it's sort of like an Everybody Loves Raymond family, that typical Long Island Italian
Yes,
family.
it
yeah,
is,
close knit.
yes.
But when the grandfather dies,
Mm-hmm.
they discover that he had all mob connections that nobody knew about.
Oh wow.
And the family
A past life.
pizzeria was tied to the mob, which was tied to something he did when he was a young man.
Mm-hmm.
And he hid it from the family, except mom, but she's in the early stages of dementia.
Now
so
I'm in
she's
dementia
starting
on the
to
mob.
tell us
Oh
all
my
about it.
goodness.
Nobody believes her because they
Oh,
think
yeah.
she's losing her mind.
That's
And they
actually very
think I'm
clever.
crazy.
That's really
and
Thank
clever.
you.
Yeah.
And
It's
the,
so much
the
fun.
news that I have, I can't really share.
Okay,
But
but
just to
something
say that-
positive.
It's very positive because you reach a point with certain things, and you know, I mean, anything you're starting, especially in the arts,
Oh, yes.
it's
Yeah.
very difficult.
Oh, yes.
And you have to believe in it, and you have to, keep moving
And
forward.
you have to be able to hear a lot of no's.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
And I had reached a point, we finished the first season over a year ago, and now I'm writing the second season. We started filming it, and beginning of the year, I said if nothing happens by April 1st, I'm going to release the series on YouTube, so at least
Okay.
everybody in it.
Yeah.
Because people ask me all the time, where can I see it? And we've been pitching it to different streaming channels and things like that. But it's very, very difficult.
Yeah,
People don't
sure.
realize how hard it is.
Sure.
So I drew that line in the sand and said April 1st. And about a month ago, through a series of connections, I had met Chaz Palminteri, and he recommended
Wow.
me to a guy in Florida who was writing a script, and I connected with him, and I've been working with him. Great guy. We've
Yeah,
become
Chaz is cool.
like brothers.
Yeah.
And he met somebody in the film industry that was connected to a big film company, their own film company, and this person was writing a script, asked me if I would help, people script doctor scripts. Like if a script's not up to par, they say, hey, you got experience with this, can you rewrite it? I rewrote it. Next thing I knew, I had a meeting with this executive from the film company, and the date of the meeting was April 1st.
That,
Okay.
I love
So-
the story.
That's awesome.
That's karma.
I said, you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Put the brakes on, something's coming here.
Yeah.
And it is. It's a lot I can't really talk about. I hate
Of
doing
course.
that because it's like, I
no,
just
but it's
can't
nice
mention
to
it, but
know that
Yeah.
some
Was,
good things are coming.
the foot's in the door.
was it only
and
supposed to
that's-
be 2 seasons, or was there a whole?
No, I
plan
actually,
to
I envision it being 3. But hey, if somebody picks
Depending
it up
on-
and says we want 4 and we want
depending
5.
on the
and-
interest, yeah, you can jump
yeah,
off
I mean,
quickly.
I think that 3 seasons encompass a lot of times, sort of like a story is told in 3 acts.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
a series, a lot of series when they go on longer than that,
Yeah, it gets watery, like Game of Thrones or something.
Right.
Yeah, they just
Yes.
they just too much.
or they have
theatrics
to
and less story.
restart something, like
Yeah.
a whole new storyline.
Yeah, yeah.
So I look at it and go 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be the ideal thing. So there's been a lot going on. The band I have, we recorded a bunch of original songs right here in Paradise Studios, which was, I recommend it highly to anybody who wants to record music. Come on down to Paradise, and
Yes, did
This
you
is
do it on the
Bobby.
the new screen or?
we recorded right on the
Oh, over
stage
this
there,
one,
and
okay,
Bobby took care of us
Yes.
great. And
So
we
it's a
got
band of
we have music
originals?
up, yeah, and they're up
Wonderful.
on Spotify, and we got them streaming on Apple
Beautiful.
Music and
That's great.
stuff. So
Yeah,
that's
he does a
that's
lot.
exciting.
Yeah.
And what about the mark? Is there anything happening with the mark? I
Well,
noticed you've been
I talked everything when I was down in Florida, and I had this opportunity to pitch
you
everything.
made a movie called The
I,
Mark too.
I brought up everything. So
Even Crooked?
no,
Not
no,
crooked, I'm in
not
Crooked.
crooked.
I'm in Crooked.
Crooked's making the rounds right now.
Oh, good.
A lot of people have seen Crooked.
I
and,
play a secretary in a political environment,
Okay.
Yes.
and it's not pretty. And I loved doing that because I was in a political environment,
Okay.
and I did get let go.
Mm.
So things happen just because sometimes.
Absolutely. And once once you start doing this, once you start doing whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
at first it seems like, oh, nothing's going to happen. I know when I
it's a
started my
chain
band,
of- yeah.
a musician I met, because we were going out trying to get gigs, and he was like, don't worry, once you get rolling, they'll come
Yes.
to you.
Sweat the small stuff. Yeah.
Right. And it
Good.
does start to happen, and then sometimes you're like, it's too much now, so, but you still take it, You
Yeah.
love doing
Right,
it, so
takes
you
time,
still do
though.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm working with George now, George Massimilo's
Oh,
making a new
I love
movie,
him.
The
He is?
Exchange.
I saw, yes.
It's
so
a body
Coming
swap movie,
Attractions.
and then we'll be filming Sunday. I'm actually acting in
Get
this
the
one. I'm
hell
going to be
out. Nice.
on the other side of the camera.
Right.
And I have other great news, which is I don't know if I've been on the show since this has been announced, but my oldest daughter is having twins.
Yay.
So I'm going to be a grandfather for the first time.
Congrats.
Nice.
And my younger daughter just got engaged.
Terrific.
So, a lot of,
And he just
a
came
lot
back from
going on.
Italy.
Oh, very nice.
He was
Well,
in Italy
yeah, in
for his
September,
other daughter's
my
wedding.
older daughter who's having the twins, she got married in Italy, and that was
Very nice.
wonderful. So
Where in Italy?
we were in Tuscany
Okay,
for the
northern.
for the
Yeah, the northern
wedding,
part.
and then we just went all over. We
Yep.
spent like another week
Very
And,
traveling.
and
Italy.
what about all these other
Yeah.
gigs
Oh,
you're
God.
doing? I mean, you're everywhere. That one we just saw where you were playing with Lucia and all that.
Oh, the murder mystery. We're doing
murder
another murder
mystery,
mystery
yeah.
this
That's
month.
fun.
Years ago, I had a murder mystery company back when I was married, and we did this show all over the place.
It's so
and
much
it's
fun.
just a resurgence. All of a sudden, people are like, and it's hard. It's hard
Mhm.
work. You're putting together. It's an audience participation
Yes.
murder mystery, and
A lot of fun.
so yeah, they think just you put it together, you call the cast, but it's rehearsals, and it's like any other kind of a play.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm back doing that, and it's a lot of fun. So
And finally, what? The Long Island Film
and
Festival?
the New York Long Island Film
Yes.
Festival. Yep, year 7. So
Year
right in
7.
Lindenhurst, and I think last year we hit a peak.
Oh, yeah.
We had
Beautiful. Oh, we
Dan Lauria was there, and Frank Calla was there, and this year we're working on some other guests to
It's a
come
lot
down.
of fun. You got to
It's,
go once.
it's right in Lindenhurst. We show about 80 to 100 films over 5 days.
The way it works, like Phil, you would request to get nominated for a film or something.
People.
If you have a film that you made, you submit to us. So
Okay,
you
got
can
it.
go to filmfreeway.com
Yep.
/Nylith. We have a web page. You can enter your film. Our judges view the film,
Yep.
and then we make the selections on the ones that make the festival.
Got it.
And I mean, every year we've just been
Full.
growing
And the screenplays, too,
full,
with people-
and people submit screenplays,
Yeah.
music videos. It's a great interactive thing for
Week of
filmmaking,
fun.
networking.
Sure.
It's
So I
really.
hope you're gonna offer popcorn and pickles.
Oh, we
Yes.
have popcorn every time, and you're
All
welcome
right.
to come down
Okay.
and
That would be great to have
Chip
the
snackers,
pickles,
yeah.
too.
All right, fair
Absolutely.
enough.
So-
Cool.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
do book tours.
It's
so I
October.
bring in authors.
Okay.
Because I'm trying one day, this book is going to be a movie, just like The Breakfast Club. This is my book.
Wow.
And it's about older people that got thrown out of a diner instead of getting thrown out of school. And that's what my book's about, From Friar
Okay.
to Freedom. Goal someday, a movie about this or a movie about this.
And I have
Which
to
is a
ask you a
true
question.
story.
You wrote this book
Yes,
when?
a long time ago.
I
but
think it's
in
time-
it was in my drawer.
I think it's time for another one.
I know. But look at all these things I'm doing. I'm having
yeah,
so much
she sounds
fun.
like she has a full
I have a
plate.
blast, and I have a boyfriend now too. So
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
I lost my husband when I lost my
I'm
job
so
Sorry.
and my house all at
Oh my
once.
gosh.
But 6 years later, I have a boyfriend. We're together 4 years. He's amazing,
Great.
Patrick is wonderful.
and I have this beautiful Irish ring from him.
Okay.
And we love our life. And my sister was part of my Breakfast Club, and this book is dedicated to her.
Very nice. Nice.
But everyone in the book is still alive and still not working, but we all lost our jobs together because we were 50, intelligent, and made six
The
figures.
plot of the book again is somebody.
You had to be, to join my club 16
Okay.
years ago, you had to be 50, fired, and intelligent. And it blew up
That's a tall.
Okay.
the day we got thrown out of a diner.
Yeah.
We got thrown out of a diner on 110,
Wow.
and he made us famous because I called the papers.
Right, you were on television
Yeah.
promoting this, right?
We were on CNBC
Wow.
because of something stupid like that. But it from the book is what happened to me. Everything else, I had the show. From the show, I'm involved with Gerry Ferretti. From Gerry, I don't know what's next. I don't know. I'll probably
we
make
don't
a
know,
film.
but
There's gonna be a film somewhere.
2025 was going to be a great year. I knew it from the start because 2024 was a little rough for a lot of
Dicey.
people.
It
Yeah.
was dicey.
I don't
Right,
know what it was.
but this has been a wonderful year, and,
Yes.
and just riding that wave.
And I wasn't an actress till I met Gerry, who taught
Oh,
me.
you were an actress.
Oh, okay.
You just didn't
He
know
just
it.
Just not on
Unleashed it.
camera yet. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to tell you something. I'm having the time of my life. And many people in the book, about 6 of them, are in some of the films because he always needs extras. And I go, just come. He buys you lunch. You have fun. And you just meet some great people. And that's how it all happened because of Gerry. So next, probably a film. But if you notice, all the old movies, they're redoing them. And that's what I want to do with this. I want to be the kids, only we're all 50 to 75 now.
We need new stuff.
Right.
Hollywood
But either
needs
way,
to
I'm
bring in
72
some new
and I'm
things.
standing strong. And when I was at your theater with this book, with this little girl, who is the back of the book, I fell. I was out of work for 10 months
Wow.
when that happened. So life is short, but every day is a gift.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
And Jerry's
Yes.
been, forget about it. And I met Susan, who's our back of the house, who's sitting over there, who does all these beautiful decorations for us and the photos. And she lost her place. And then I met her in a diner. I meet everyone in diners. I met my boyfriend in a diner.
So you're saying if I want to get successful, I got to break my leg, fall, and then.
No,
There
but
you
you
go.
know what? It's all about what happens on the way.
Yeah, sure.
And diners,
The journey.
And they're closing
yes, I
left
know.
and right. What's going on with the diners?
I know. But anyway, that's what's happening. And we also help performers. We have a few slides. I think we have Tony Labate slide. She's having a big fundraiser. It's coming up. And this is all about Life Pack, which is a machine that helps kids.
Oh, wow.
And they have the screen right over there, a huge screen they do their show on. And her name is Tony, and it's coming up. You went to this last year with me, April
Yes.
24th, and it's going to be fun. It's in a nice little restaurant. We also have Bob D'Amato, who's singing everywhere because we help him. He's
Bobby's
a
everywhere.
Castellano. See, we help people get into restaurants, too. Restaurants come on our show. He's singing at Monroe's, which is our new favorite place. Do you know Monroe's?
I don't.
In
Oh, I've
Westbury?
heard of it. My friend, one of my music friends sings there.
What's her name? I know them probably.
Gerry, he plays the saxophone.
Yeah, I probably know him. And the blonde, the long hair.
No, Laura Lorenzo.
Laura! She just had a flood in her house
Oh, did she?
about 6 months ago. Yes, the poor thing. She
Yeah,
called
they're
me.
my friends.
Laura's a doll. She was
Yes,
Miss
I
America,
love both
Miss
of
Senior
them.
America.
She's gorgeous.
Now, do you sing solo shows as well, like with tracks and
Yes,
things?
absolutely. Most
So,
of the time.
Most of the
Because
time.
it's like it's-
private shows?
Yes,
or?
I have a couple. I have a wedding coming up. I have, but yeah, the solo shows are best suited for the restaurants because like a lot of restaurants don't have
Yes.
room or a budget
You
for
like
a
it
full
better, right.
band. And
Yes.
to me, it's there's the beauty of having the live musicians back you up,
Right.
but
Sure.
there's also some benefits to tracks because I can sing anything.
Yeah, and the old people
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
And then there's opera
seniors.
night. We have opera night.
And there's
And
the
then we
Mutant
have
Kings.
the
There you
Mutant
go.
Kings, which is Gerry.
Yeah.
So we
May
help-
3rd, come down
yes,
to Gachadora.
We help everybody, and then
I love it.
something happens because of it. And that's really what we do. So I hope you're enjoying all this because it's very different what we do. And
Absolutely.
I love it. I just can't believe I'm doing it at this age. But hey, 73 and still holding strong.
Oh, she's got
We
cards.
play a game. So say what this says and then answer it.
Something mushy, not a pickle for sure.
Hopefully not mine.
That's the end. When we get to the end, we try to play something fun. Something mushy. So what do you think that should be?
Something mushy, a hug.
A hug?
Yep.
Okay. She wants a hug.
I
All
didn't
right.
say I want a hug.
Well,
I
you're
just-
saying a hug.
So, mashed potatoes.
Okay.
my
mashed
chickens love mashed
There you
potatoes.
Okay.
They'll polish that
Tommy,
off.
what does yours say?
Something easy to find. I want to say my car keys, but that typically is never the case.
Well,
they're
that's
usually-
true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I'll go with car keys.
You don't know anything about.
Wow, that's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
'Cause
Yeah.
you know a lot, Gerry.
I like to say these days I don't know anything about negativity.
Well, that's pretty
That's
good.
nice. I like that.
That is a great
Yep.
answer, my
And if you
friend.
try and tell me about it, I ain't listening.
Good for you. I believe in that too. Found in the couch cushions.
Ooh.
Well, could be a
So
lot of
much.
things. But
I have 2 boys, so a lot of stuff.
I'm saying a penny.
Car keys, I think, applies for
Where,
this one too.
a penny. I mean, you could find a penny in the couch cushions. You could find your ring that fell off.
I find a lot of popcorn leftovers.
Yeah, or,
pencils,
If you miss
erasers.
it,
Yep.
if your tooth pops out, because at our age, you know, you have these problems. Your tooth could have fell in the
I
couch
was throwing
cushions.
out a couch and I flipped it over and the long lost remote control
There you
popped
go.
out of
There you
it.
go.
So that's a big.
It should be the not easy to find. For
So listen, guys, it's that time where we thank everyone for coming. Hope you had a good time. It's a pleasure working with all of you. It's a happy day.
It is.
And, you know, don't forget, watch, like, and share tonight, tomorrow by 7 o'clock. Tell your friends. And don't forget that we're always here. Tell your friends. We will do whatever a client wants. We love having new people on the show. It doesn't matter what you do. We will help you promote it. Charity, business, you know, singers, playwrights,
businesses,
dogs. We'll even put dogs on the show if they behave.
chickens.
Chicken, well, I don't know about
Not to
chickens.
go on about.
If they're going to do
You
doo-doo,
bring the
no,
eggs, I'll
no
get it.
chickens.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is really special. And if you need a jingle for the pickle guy, call me. I have a guy.
Okay.
A
He-
jingle for the
A
pickle.
jingle pickle.
My
All right.
my
Pickle
friend
jingle.
made us a jingle.
Okay.
And we don't
And you
have
could
it
sing
on.
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We didn't have it on today because we had this beautiful singer. So
Okay.
we don't play the jingle. And it's all about what the breakfast, how it started, what it's about, the
Right.
people, and my coffee because I love coffee.
Oh yes.
But tell your friends about this. And it's such a simple thing. 1 hour it takes to come and do this, and a half hour for incidentals. And guess what? The newspaper will charge you 5 times as much to put a print ad in the paper. Not here. So tell Massapequa people, I want all of Massapequa. I really, really do. That's a wrap, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Good show.
a wrap.
Did you want yours?